Yourselves essential.
Yourselves essential. Essential. Decide that following the status quo is nothing more than just an illusion.
You bet on yourself.
You bet on yourself. You bet on yourself on the grandest stage of them all. Our stage.
Your stage.
The stage that you build to tell your stories.
Our story.
Your narrative. Our narrative.
A true awakening starts with you.
Starts with you. We choose you.
Be a part of something special.
Be a part of something special. This is our chance to rewrite history. This is the shift in consciousness. Control your narrative.
Control your narrative.
You bet on yourself on the grandest stage of all. Stage that you made to tell your stories, to control your narrative. You've been warned.
What's going on, everybody? Well, damn, I didn't get that good intro from that awesome video. I love it.
Welcome,
welcome to World. What an intro, man! Jesus
Chills.
Christ,
Chills.
that is
Yeah,
amazing.
Chills, really good.
That is some good shit, as our fearless old man would say. It's some good things there. Welcome to World Wrestling Radio. Tonight we are not World Wrestling Radio. We are Control Your Narrative. We are blessed with the one and only EC3. EC3, how are you doing this evening, my man?
Gentlemen, it's great to be honored to be here. Niko, you're a TikTok master. Vincent, your cheesesteaks are incredible. I just met the other two guys.
Cool,
I met
Mike P, your background is ridiculous. Dan Demand, thank you for getting a mic for your first time. Here we are. We're live. We're ready to go. This is awesome. Thank you for joining us. Every time we're gonna get you all set up. You are destined. You are way too famous to be not on TikTok. At your boy Adam, he's on there and he gets a ton of views on his stuff. He's over there shooting guns and hunting and stuff, and they're getting like hundreds of thousands of views per his stuff. So he's really trying to do his thing, and I appreciate that. We're gonna get you on there. That's another day, another argument. Anyways, we're really excited to have you on here now. I'm gonna ask you every day from now on.
Yeah.
What did you eat for dinner? Because
today,
yes. What did you have for dinner today?
I had 7 ounces of steak with Brussels sprouts and asparagus.
Oh man, I love the discipline.
Reverse seared it. It was flank steak. Usually I'm doing a tenderloin or strip, but my friends at Florida Cattle Ranchers hooked me up with this giant flank steak, so I've been eating it for over like a week. I've just prepped. It's good. It's great. And hold on. Don't move.
He said, "Don't move." Mr. Consistency.
Oh boy.
Facebook user, when will the TV be? Well, maybe we'll let you. We're going to ask that question. We'll get to all this stuff. Everyone hold 31.
All right. Next week, I'm going to release Control Your Nutrition seasoning.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Breaking news. Control your nutrition. I love it.
This is chicken, but I'll have steak available and beef. And I'm going to put it up, give it to Vinny. I'm going to throw it on the cheesesteaks. Do the narrative.
You need your own Control Your Narrative cheesesteak. That's going to be amazing. I love it.
We can do a special Control Your Narrative cheesesteak special.
Yeah, triple meat,
fries, and a drink.
All right, let's get right into it. Let's not waste any more time. The people are dying to know. What is Control Your Narrative, EC3? I know we all met earlier this week and had a great radio conversation and kind of got a glimpse of it, but the people on Spotify and iHeart and all that, they want to know, and the people listening right now, they want to know, what is Control Your Narrative?
It's 3 words, and it means something that is 3 words, and that's the ability to tell your story. So often, so long in wrestling, the story of the actual performer is kind of thrown away, or it's kind of muddled behind this, quote, creative that, end quote, isn't very creative. Because what I find creative, what I find real, what I find raw and emotional that makes me love wrestling is when it's the performer's true self, when it is their reality replicating on your screen. Like, what started this for me really is the fact that there's so many talents I've met, so many interesting men, women, so many struggles of hardships they've overcome. life journeys, all these amazing things that when the red light of a wrestling company is turned on them, it goes away because they're playing a character or they're forced to verbatimly recite a script that they would never say. I get that for film and for television in a sense because you're an actors, but what makes a wrestler different is that it's an extension of yourself and it's live and it's a performance, but the best performance is the one that's based in your reality.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. Vince, I know you got a ton of questions. Vinny, Big V, as EC3 has branded you.
Big V. I
Big
like
Daddy V.
Big
Daddy
V.
V. Oh man.
There we go. I'm getting a second name. There we go. I can start making T-shirts.
Big Daddy
Hey,
V.
I know a place you can get them done.
Where?
Justified Prints in Winter Garden, Florida. Orlando's only print shop.
Hey, you know what? No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Owned and operated by the essential character, the narrator, and the Titan, Adam Scher. So we have a print shop. So, hey, anybody out there who needs t-shirts?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm in sort of all sorts of nefarious side businesses, but orders
about
at
some
Justified Prints, justifiedprints.com. If you need bulk t-shirts made, we make your dreams reality.
Can you do more? Can you do single shirts?
Hell yeah, man. For you.
Do you make extra large? I'm just kidding.
I have up to 5X.
Oh
my God.
Vince, what are you? Are you a double XL at this point? I'm an XL. So
no.
I mean,
hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Since I had my talk with EC3 on Sunday, not only have I ordered what he told me to order, but I have been since Monday making chicken, cutting them in half and eating them every single day with a little greens and a little bit of rice.
Well, good for you, man.
I've been really trying to,
The trick's going to be consistency, and you're going to get bored. You're going to be like, I got to eat this again.
I'm already bored.
Yeah, you got to get past that, though, because I swear on the other end, you're gonna feel great. You're going to look better. You're going to be more confident. You're going to be so impressed with your manifestation just by being consistent. You don't even have to do that much. And if you go to join.freec3.com, it's my nutrition and training app. Use the promo code AWAKE. You get the first month free. If you don't like it, you cancel. I don't care. But you're going to like it. Tell you what to eat, when to eat. So I've been involved in a lot of things. What to eat, when to eat, when to work out, what to do. And we guide you through that. And actually, long form Instagram post today, I was posting some testimonials from guys that use the app or they did my challenges that are available on my Instagram. And I had great satisfaction reading about the guy who lost 20 pounds, the guy who's fitting in his old clothes. Like that shit's cool to me. That's controlling your narrative too. And it's not just a sales pitch for my, bullshit. It's reality. Like I actually felt good about it and proud of those men and women.
Well, I'm impressed. I guess what I'm impressed about it is how many people are together on this project. You got Karrion Kross, Killer Cross. What would we call him? Karrion Kross, Killer Cross. What are we calling him?
He's a killer to me.
Okay, and we got Adam Scher. I mean, just two titans that I feel like have not been used the right way in the wrestling business, but now their story with yours combined is going to be told. How did you hook up with these guys to control your narrative?
Adam Scher, we kind of got together early. The first time I met him was another narrative from the past, but I was meeting up with some friends in downtown St. Petersburg, one of them being Wyndham Rotundo, aka Bray Wyatt, and his sister. And we were going out, and Braun came by. And we just became fast friends. We're drinking tequila. He's talking about how cool he is. When somebody's just going off about how cool they are, I'm usually like, yeah, you're whatever. Yeah, you're cool. And then when I came to WWE, we got along. We have the same interests, gym, rocking and rolling. I guess that's it. But when I was called up on the main roster, I would ride with him. And no matter his position on the card, I don't know, we would just had a natural nick to become good friends. And ironically, I don't know, did I tell this story on the radio? I did, where he was talking about how much he enjoyed the narrative project, how he's watching it and infatuated with it, and how he'd love to do it one day, and how it, it kept him up all night thinking about what he could possibly do with it. And we were together, and then the next day he was released. And it was almost like how we talked earlier before the conversation started, how the universe just keeps putting these scenarios and these people together as we grow this project. And then Cross, I've never met Cross till a couple weeks ago. I know him, he knows me. We respect each other's work. We're very like-minded. We're very similar. We're both, crazy. But like him coming up through Impact and I'm watching it, and then him going to NXT, and like we just, two ships passing a night, but we never met. And I really enjoyed what he did because he's unique and you can tell that's him. When he's allowed to be him, he's his best. After he was released, I just sent him a message, even though I've never met him. And love to talk to you about the narrative. And he knew all about it. We had a meeting. And the one thing that worries me, well, first off, he's taller than me. He's pretty jacked. I mean, I'm a little leaner. He's probably bigger. That's okay. But his brain and his mindset and he's well-spoken, well-educated, and super creative that I'm almost jealous because he's might be better than me. And that upsets me because I'm a narcissist. But that mind and then his belief in the project and the idea of what we can do with wrestling to make it different into the future, to create something new, to not to repeat the same mold and the same trends and the same things over and over again, to give people something new, whether it's a small amount or it's a lot. To be able to create fully is something he's very invested in, and for him to be a part of it and have Reign to be himself, it's going to be exciting.
I didn't know you guys had just met. That's interesting. I thought you had known each other for a while.
No, you think we would, but we were fast friends. So it was like, again, the universe putting us together. It's working, and we'll see where it goes.
Now, let me ask you this question. I know you have Orlando coming up, Tin Roof.
3-5, baby. Yep.
March 5th, Orlando, Tin Roof.
Bell time at 7:00.
Correct.
And I know we have the 31st in Dallas.
Yes.
At Southside Music Hall at Gillies.
Correct.
Yep. And you know what's crazy?
Sorry, did I just cut you off, Vinny? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I'm sorry. I keep cutting everybody off. No. Okay. What's crazy is I don't know if you know this, but MLW is running the same night.
Yes, they are.
And they're in the other hall. Mm-hmm. Which I don't think it's gonna. I think people are gonna pick and choose, but I really do think something new, something fresh. I think people are gonna want to check it out. But let me ask you: besides these two dates, have you guys sat down and thought about, is this going to be a touring event? Is this going to be once a month?
Yeah. I think a lot's going to depend on Gillies and how fast we can move. If it's a resounding success, I think we'll be on the road the next month. I'm already scheduling dates for May. I'm looking at Cleveland and Pittsburgh. Then from there, I think we'll have our feet under us enough. Our television will be seen. We'll have enough brand awareness, hopefully by that point, to take it to bi-monthly live tours in 2 to 3 towns, and providing a lot of work for a lot of talented people that, it's time now to get out. We've been locked up too long.
Is it exciting to see Boston? People are texting me or writing Boston, West Virginia, like all over the country. People are saying, is CYN coming our way? Does that excite you that the buzz is already there and you haven't even had a damn show yet?
There's true buzz that is very exciting, but Gillies 331 needs to be a success, and that's the sooner we can bring it out. And that's why I hired Niko to get on the TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
Take over the Control Your Narrative TikTok because he has 500,000 followers and I have 0. And I don't understand it at all, and I don't ever want to look at it, but I want it to grow because I know it's a great way to spread your message.
International.
Oh, there's a way too. I think fans, because obviously Free the Narrative and Control Your Narrative was shot in a cinematic way. The one thing that's missing is fan reception and fan reaction. Whether you're a performer or whether if you're seeing something is working or not, you need that feedback, that instant feedback. So bringing it in front of live people, it'll tell us what's good and what's not good.
Well, I'm excited because I've never been to Cleveland. I've never been to Pittsburgh. So
you're coming?
Oh, listen, wherever you're going, I'm coming because I know that you'll need a lending hand, and I think my buddy Niko and maybe Cool and Dan. I think we're all in, man. I listen. If you need our help, we're there.
I need all hands on deck, boys.
Well, you got my hand.
You texted me an interesting thing, and I really appreciate it. You wrote "loyal to those loyal to me," and I really like that, and that stuck out with me. I actually said it to my beautiful wife there, who could give two shits about wrestling, but I was like,
that's okay.
Wrote that, and I was like, that was really cool.
That's okay. A wife doesn't like wrestling because I feel like difference of interests is what keeps a relationship fresh. So you can have your thing, and she can have hers, and you don't have to do it together. And
great job, Caden.
Solitude is a place a man can like find himself, but sometimes when everyone tries to do everything together, like couples that go to the gym together and they're eating together and they're they got sleep together and then they wake up and they're there. It's like I can grate on you, man. Separation creates more love, I feel.
We're married and we live together. I see her plenty.
Happily.
Jesus Christ, how much more do I need? Go ahead, Vince.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, I was just talking to your kid genius, Eric. We name drop him. He'll be happy to hear his name on here.
Patch. We call him Patch.
Patch. We're talking.
Do you know why we call him Patch?
Tell me he wears a patch on his eye.
There's an eye patch. Yeah.
Oh my God! When I met him, I would have never expected an eye patch. That's so amazing. That's awesome. I'll know who he is now when I see him on March.
Very easy to spot.
The 21-year-old with the eye patch. It won't be too hard to find. So we talked about a TV deal. I'm not going to get into the details him and I discussed, but you've mentioned a TV deal is imminent. How important is it to control your narrative on TV? And what does that mean for your product and what does it lead to in the future?
What it means mostly is that what we did caught the right eyes and grabbed attention, because creating something new, especially in wrestling where everyone's very much, it's either the way I know it or it's stupid. It's hard to be different and go out there. And it's hard if somebody doesn't understand something immediately, it's already, I don't like it. This sucks. Next.
Right.
As opposed to, like, I need to figure this out. So maybe that's a fault of my own on creating this and not being able to grab immediate attention. But I knew being different would be met with like a lot of resentment or a lot of indifference. And especially as we were growing and trying to get this, like, we're investing not only our time and our sweat equity, but we're investing, money. And money's not free, especially when you're fired in a pandemic or your company goes out of business because it still blames the pandemic, but that's not the real case.
Right.
But you got to go all in with those things and, put it all on the line. But at the same time, trying to get people to pay for something too they didn't know just by, a $10 thing on Fight TV. If I can go back, I would have made everything free immediately to grab that attention, not expecting them to pay for something new. So that's my fault. But regardless, those were demos for what we want to do in reality. That's to show somebody something, and somebody saw it. Somebody saw it enough to give us a chance on TV when the network drops here soon. That information should be available pretty soon, but I also want to know that a press conference regarding the network will take place 331 Dallas, controlyournarrative.co.
Nice.
I am not the only wrestling brand. CYN is not the only wrestling brand attached to this network. There's some high-level players coming with me. So
I like it.
It's going to change the way wrestling is consumed. I'm very, very pumped to be on the forefront of it, because what I'm always looking for is what's next. Like, I knew TikTok was next, but I couldn't figure it out. So I'm just like, I'll wait for the thing after that. Well, there hasn't been a thing, so my bad.
What's funny is I've been going to NXT for years, and I saw your whole run there, and we were huge fans. And I've been taking videos, like small 20-second videos, my whole time while all my friends were taking pictures and all this shit. I was taking videos. And when TikTok came out, I just started posting my clips, and then one of them hit like 1 million, one of them hit 6 million, one of them hit 5 million. I was just like, holy shit. And then I started this, because if you get 10,000 followers, you start making money. And now I'm like got sponsors and all this crazy shit. And I'm just like,
good, man.
Cool. I'm Niko Extra now, I guess. Like that's just how it is, you know. I'm gonna roll with it.
Crazy ass light going on behind you and a beautiful set.
This is what you have to do to be live. I mean, on Twitch and all this stuff. This is what the people appreciate.
I'm world famous, and I just have a picture of John Hamm hanging on my wall. You know, like look at
I
you.
love it.
No microphone.
Alex, to answer your question, March 5th in Orlando at the Tin Roof, and then March 31st is the official kickoff of Control Your Narrative in Dallas at the Music Hall at Gillies. We hope you can make.
Dallas will be filmed as a TV special for our new network too. So,
absolutely.
It's gonna be the one in Orlando. Is it going to be broadcast live or even on a special at some point?
It will not, but hopefully Vincent brings his new camera and his gimbal. I'm going to have my team on hand to film it for content. But I'm thinking it's going to be more like a Niko strategy where we're getting clips of fans reacting.
Oh yeah,
people, you know, sick action, people getting into it, and I think that's the viral way to make Control Your Narrative sell going forward. Because that's one thing too. We have all the cinematic clips, but you're not feeling the people react to it.
Right.
So I think that's going to be huge to get great looking content. And, you know, we're going to film it. So another idea I've always had with taking CYN on the road, and I posed this to a different podcast, is what kind of matches do you think you would never see that are actually feasible to do? Because Control Your Narrative, there are no contracts. There's no forbidden door. There's no forbidden window. Anybody can come and go as they please. And that can open up so many interesting matches because so many people are tied to certain brands, but doesn't mean they're exclusive. So while you guys think about that, think of like a crazy match that's actually feasible, and we may be able to pull it off. Like on this last podcast I did, someone's like, Adam Scherr versus Nick Gage. And I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Why not? Let's see what happens.
I don't want to see. I can't imagine Adam Scherr taking Nick Gage's glass to his. Like Adam should just be beating the living shit out of Nick Gage, and Nick Gage should be throwing through like glass after. Like I just want it to be so bad for Nick Gage if that happens. It has to be.
You get paid to see it though, regardless. So you
for sure.
You put matches like that on the network, or you have like specials where we're featuring 5 matches you never thought you'd see. Like here they are. That's cool shit, you know. Right. And that could be the main event. And my wrestling is very reality based, so I see it going exactly how you do.
This is kind of crazy, this whole thing. You know what I mean? That you're able to pull this off, and that it's going to be. I mean, it's surreal to us that March 5th we're going to be seeing, you know, you and Adam Scherr and like all these people in action. Like you've been gone for so long, really. In reality, I know you did your Ring of Honor stuff, but you've been gone for a while, all of you, and it's just kind of like, damn, this is really happening.
Even Ring of Honor stuff was never in front of people except for a couple shows, and like I forget what that's like, and that I remember.
Oh hell no!
It's an addiction to be able to perform in front of people and feel that energy. Boo, yay! As long as they're making noise, man, there's nothing in the world like it. And with like a place like the Tin Roof, it's not Amway. You know, people are going to be in the mix, like close up, right there, intimate in their face. And having huge stars in these environments is intriguing. It's like your favorite band is playing like a warm-up set somewhere, and you just walked in and like, oh shit, Cheap Trick's playing an acoustic set. Cool. And then it's the best concert you've ever seen.
So I have a question as far as
so
your new promotion. You know, it's very innovative. Are you going to be like your match types? Is it going to be basic to the normal, you know, 3 count fall? You know, 10. You know, is it going to be hardcore rules, false count anywhere?
The way I'm looking at it, and maybe I need to make sure I state this clearly. If it's not taking place within the narrative, our little universe, you need referees, you need officials, you need governing bodies, you need authority. One thing about wrestling is, as crazy and as hardcore as shit can get, the purity of combat, of 2 people facing off to see whom is better, physically, mentally, spiritually at that time, I think is very important. And the integrity of wrestling and the reality of wrestling, we're going to protect very much. So we will have officials. I'm going to dress them way cooler than Stripes, but they're going to be in there. They're going to be counting 1, 2, 3. Dude taps out. Okay, match is over. She can't stand anymore. Match is over. There will be officials. They will have full leeway and legality to enforce the true rules of professional wrestling. And then I'm not saying that if, like, oh, hypothetically, I have Nick Gage and Adam Scher, we're not going to make that, I don't know, narrative rules and there's no ref and it's just the last person standing. Yeah, we'll probably do that too. But I think stuff like that is better in doses that are small. So they mean more.
I agree.
If there's one thing, if there's one story that you can tell us that made you want to open your own promotion, would it be in WWE or Impact? Like a moment in time that something happened to you're like, man, you know what? I need to create something that is as new and generalized. What would that story be?
There's a couple instances, maybe even one is just walking into the locker room in WWE one day and just how miserably demoralized the roster is because, yes, the money's great. You're making a great living doing what you love in theory, but you're not really truly doing what you love because you're not happy to be there. You're not fulfilling your creative purpose, so to speak. You're not being yourself. And you walk in, you're in a sold out building, and they're just miserable. And it's because the environment was created like that. And it's unfortunate because nobody, it has to be that. And that has to be the moment, just walking in there and feeling negativity when, think about this. This is our dream jobs. This is all we ever wanted. This is what we live for. And we're not happy doing it. Why is that? Because we're not fulfilled. So to be able to create something, like I talked about on the radio show too, my 90 days from being terminated from WWE till I was a free agent was spent creating something new as a character. And as a character, it's very reality-based because I wanted to incorporate my life and the things I was going through. I had terrible concussion injury in WWE. Like, miserable depression came because of it. I get cleared from it only to be fired during a world-changing pandemic. That shit changes a dude, you know? Changed me. But, like, going along with the change and creating around it is my therapy. And I know what that gave me. So being able to give it to other people, hopefully that platform to do that for themselves, that's excites me. That's kind of what I wanted.
When you say changing, you've already talked about it a little bit, but I've always wanted to ask this question to somebody that walked into a set that was nothing but screens, TVs, and a ring. You guys thrive on audiences, the crowd, the cheering, the chanting, and when you don't have that has to mess with your mind. When you walked into Ring of Honor for the first time and there was just nothing there, like, how does that make you perform less than if you would have a crowd? Everything
hurts more. I will tell you, the adrenaline from a crowd is what makes you superhuman out there, to be able to withstand that a lot. One of my favorite matches I ever had was against Jay Briscoe at Ring of Honor's 19th anniversary, and there was no crowd. And, sometimes I think, what if there was a crowd? Because in theory, it was a great wrestling match with a long-term story told. And I definitely stayed away from the tropes that every wrestling match has, especially if they think they're a big match, which is nonstop kickouts of finishers and, no selling bullshit. Like, we told a gritty physical story with no crowd. I just wonder what it would have been like with a crowd. It's not easy, but at the same time, you're going out there in front of nobody, but there's a red light, and there might be millions of people on the other side of that light that are depending on some form of entertainment to take them away from what they're going through, what the world's giving them at the time, and because nobody was going through it well, especially during that time. So that's motivation enough, along with the fact that if you're not motivated to perform for yourself, you should not be doing what you're doing.
I love these comments that are coming up because they give us ideas. Like, is there going to be music?
Is there going to be music? Do you know, hey, Facebook user,
Right. Facebook user is too lazy to even fucking log in. Come on, bro.
We create our own music. You got to watch the narrative. I have a soundtrack on Spotify. Free the Narrative. Tommy Tanks is our music producer.
Facebook user.
We've made so many great. Listen to Adam Scherr's new song, Rise. Listen to the narrative theme, my song. Listen to these songs we're making for people. Pero, we made him a theme that's, it bangs. So yes, there will be music, but it's all original and it's ours.
So you own the rights to it, exactly.
Yeah, but I think too, like wrestling theme music everyone thinks everything has to be the same. Everyone's song sounds the same. Everyone's attire looks the same. Everyone's entrance is the same. Why are we standing on the second row putting our arms up? Why is everybody doing it? Why is everybody doing super kicks and Canadian destroys? Why is everyone doing a suicide tope? Why is everyone doing the same shit all the time? Be different. We're trying to be different. It will be met with resentment, but it will also be met with kind eyes, open hearts, and hopefully lots of long-term success.
Cool, Mike C. I know you have a question for EC3.
Cool,
I see
Mike
you over there clamoring. Go for it.
Right. Well, along the lines of music and celebrities, with a lot of promotions that bring in like Bad Bunny, or maybe at the lower level, like David Arquette or Logan Paul's involved, you've already got more of a rugged, control your narrative matches, I think, with real wrestling. So it's not going to be this sports entertainment. Clearly, it's going to be real wrestling. What type of celebrities or musical groups eventually that you might have to kind of kick off your shows, or celebrities that you think could be in matches? Have you had some talks already, or what's, the type that would really be a good fit for Control Your Narrative?
Well, first off, I would be remiss to not say that I want David Arquette in the narrative.
Right.
Hell yeah. Have you seen him in Bone Tomahawk? Yes. You know what? Like, his whole documentary is a narrative, and I think
good documentary.
Yeah.
I think
he almost died. He really almost died in the ring. He's a killer. Doing that. He's kind of. And for all due respect to you, you got a little chunk of change. You don't have to be doing this either in life.
No.
Like, I know you got all this other stuff going on, and by the way, the goal in life is to make money while you're sleeping. And I see what you're doing with Control Your Nutrition and your printing company, on top of this wonderful wrestling promotion that's about to take off. You really are an entrepreneur, and I had no idea about any of this shit.
Yeah, because I'm terrible at like talking about it, because I hate talking about myself on social media. Like, I'm doing this. Like, hey, big things coming. Like, I've been working on this TV deal for months, but I never once said, got a big surprise coming. Can't wait to show this. Like, I hate that shit. You know why? Because nobody ever fucking delivers. I got to have it signed to deliver and say, okay, this happened. You don't like the work that it goes into doing that, and the stresses and things like that. Real fast, back to David Arquette. I want to see David Arquette versus Matt Cardona, and I want to do that in the narrative.
Oh yeah,
something
That's
about
nice.
it just intrigues me. Celebrity wise, yeah, if John Hamm wants to swing by the narrative, control his narrative. Don Draper versus EC3, the Handsome Man versus what could have been. I would love that. And there is not interest, so to speak, but people in the pictures have sought our stuff out a little bit. So, like, I mean, if anybody's secretly a fan, hey, DM me. That would be cool. You know who I want to fight? John Brenethal, because he's the Punisher now. Like, I'm kind of the Punisher. You know who'd be? Here's my ultimate celebrity match. What's the guy's name that played Peacemaker? What's his?
That guy.
Yeah, that guy.
It'd be a hovering, if he was there, it'd be a hovering helmet just there and nothing else you'd see, because no one can see him.
No one can see that.
EC3, what's wrong with the current product today?
Well, I'm not watching a lot, and that tells me a lot, because nothing's super pulling me in or engaging to me. Not because people aren't, like, everyone's busting their ass and they're trying to have great matches, and some are great matches. I think what's lacking to me is an emotional investment from being in the audience or being a fan watching at home. I feel people are afraid, and like we could talk about later too, people are afraid to step out of the norm or do something that will make people talk, because they know there's going to be 72 hours of a heinous backlash against you by people that don't really know, So people are afraid to go outside of their comfort zone because being different becomes being resented immediately. Until you're not resented, then you're caught onto, and then you're hailed as a genius. I mean, Tesla wasn't the smartest man in the world anyone knew when he was alive, but when you read about him after, it's like, holy shit, this guy probably had unlimited energy and he got screwed over by Thomas Edison. That sucks. What could have been? You know, Van Gogh didn't know he was a world-class painter till after he cut off his ear and died. Damn, that sucks. So, like, sometimes when you do something new, unique, different, it's going to be met with criticism. If you're able to handle criticism, you can step out in the unknown and keep going. And I think culture's beating people down so much, they're afraid to step out of their comfort zone. And that's why within the narrative, I want to provide that platform for people unafraid to be themselves. And you know what? It could suck. It really could. They can be themselves. They can go out there and it could be the worst match or the worst talking segment or the worst character development. But the fact they went out there and tried and put themselves on the line, I have all the respect in the world for that.
Absolutely. I see Zilla Smash has asked the question. I was wondering the same thing. Are championships going to be in CYN initially, eventually? What's the plan for championships?
The thing about when you're starting something new, like even within the narrative, not having a referee in the initial thing is once you start with something, you can't take it away. So the idea of like, would I actually have a referee in an underground fight club? There's no audience. Like, no, I don't think I would. So, but we can always add it. We can always become a legitimate promotion with a live tour. Then a referee could be added because you need structure and, officiating, and state commissions require a referee. Okay. So I can always add that back in. A championship, I want something worth fighting for. And what's there worth fighting for within the narrative besides yourself at this point? There is, what are you going to be, the champion of Gillies? Are you going to be the champion of the internet show? Are you going to be the champion of a barn I'm going to film the next one in, or a beat up warehouse? I want to do a show in an abandoned mall. What are you going to be, the champion of the abandoned mall? Every company has champions. Every company has championships. They almost have too many. When you have so many championships, what's it worth if it's so diluted? How many world champions are there? How many mid-card title champions are there? Plenty. But I want to provide something worth fighting for. A championship down the line, perhaps. To start, I don't want to say but who's essential to the narrative at this moment? Well, I am, because it's started with me, but now it's grown, and it's growing beyond my control. So maybe whomever's the essential character is the champion, is the king. Maybe this is Game of Thrones shit. Maybe some of the names we mentioned are already plotting my demise.
Oh, they definitely are.
Yeah, who's in control is the champion, what I would say at this point.
Well, let's talk about.
Does that sound cool, or does this sound insane?
No, I think that sounds pretty
awesome.
cool. Yeah, I think that sounds pretty cool.
I mean, look, we've been going to. I'm 42. I've been going to wrestling my whole life since I was a little kid, and to think about the traditional ding ding ding, and then now I'm thinking about what you just brought up, and the fact that Braun Strowman's going to come out to his badass music that he has playing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call him that. Adam Scherr is going to be coming out to his badass music being played. And some dude's going to be sitting across the ring from him, and he's going to beat the living shit out of him. He's one of those guys that when he comes to the ring, we all look at each other and go, oh, God, this is going to be bad for the other person. Right. So I already know. You don't have to tell me the spoiler alert, but he's definitely going to come and beat the living crap out of someone at 10 Roof. I hope it's not you, but it might be you. We'll see. I doubt it. But whoever it is, he said it's not going to be me.
I know better.
He's not stupid. I'm excited for this moment of Adam to be unleashed, the Titan to really be unleashed this time, to really just do it.
Yeah, I took my ass kicking from him a couple times. That was to bring him out and destroy the monster within him so he can rise something new, a Titan perhaps. The main event of the Tin Roof, we will be tag teaming.
Nice.
EC3 and Adam Scherr. And I need a formidable tag team. I need two guys that can be in a fight, possibly even win a fight. So I went with the righteous Bateman and Bill Carr.
Oh,
2 heavy hitters. Bateman
nice.
deserves a platform and a world of opportunity. Bill Carr is the big boss man, had a baby with Chris Farley, and it became a wrestler. Like, the guy is I want to create a platform just for a guy like that, because him not being a star is a travesty in this industry. Right. So, yeah, Adams are probably going to destroy them both. I'll probably get my ass kicked for a little bit, then Adams will come in and destroy everybody. Then the fans go home happy, and we're off to the races.
I know I'm going on happy. Referee David Sanderson, we got to call him here. Our boy, a good friend of ours. He's saying, is there an actual ring, EC3? Is there going to be an actual ring?
Yeah.
Or is this just, he said, is this on the concrete? Can you imagine?
That's my sleep stuff. All right, David, I'm sure you probably hit me up for work.
Yes.
Oh, he will.
Yeah, here's the thing. You should be familiar with my product if you're trying to work for me.
Ooh.
So if you've watched any of the narrative content, was there a ring? Yes, there was a ring. Was it a decrepit ring with missing turnbuckles and blood splatter and cardboard and shit all over it? Dirty grit on the ground? Yes, there was, but there was a ring. So, David, yes, there will be a ring.
Nice.
I'm traditional, but I'm anything but traditional. You don't have wrestling without a ring. I tried it once. It was called backyard wrestling.
I got to talk about what happened today with you doing your press tour. You had three interviews, and a certain somebody, the name of Austin Aries, came about.
Yeah.
What happened there?
You tell me. Apparently, a lot of people are talking about him. The fact that he came to me, and this is a former world champion. This is a high-level player in the wrestling industry, a world-class name who's done it all, came to me asking for an opportunity to have a platform to be able to speak his truth, to say what he feels, to seek forgiveness. How do I deny a man like that? If somebody that is, and we're getting a lot of feedback in the sense, not a lot, but loud people. Oh, well, I'm never going to support this. You weren't going to support it anyways. I'm not
Right.
trying. I'm not going to placate to you and bend a knee to you for your liking of a product, because I know you're already hating it, and that's okay. Maybe you'll come around. Maybe you'll find great enjoyment out of it later. But how do I deny a man who spent a year abroad trying to find himself, leaving wrestling, coming back knowing he has so much more to give? He wants to give back not only for himself, but for fans, and for, most importantly, the people that are going to come after him. He wants to give back. I don't know if somebody can point me in the direction of him saying anything super offensive or evil or heinous. Point it out to me, because I've never heard that. Now, he's had some opinions. He's had plenty of opinions. We all have opinions. Do I agree with his opinions? I don't know what they are. But maybe I agree, maybe I disagree. It doesn't matter, because discourse is the one thing that's missing in this culture, and that's what makes us so divided. If this man has something to say, and says it in a respectful term, but he says it's his truth, let's hear him out. How do you forgive somebody? How does anybody continue going on if they can't be forgiven? And another final thing on this. Control Your Narrative has a lot of tie-ins to mental health, especially for people that are afraid to talk about it, alpha men, so to speak. It's a very difficult subject. We all deal with mental health. Every person has their story. What's the story of a man's mental health who is canceled from what he loves and can't do what he does because he had an opinion that somebody disagrees with? What is that story? Because that's intriguing to me. And that's something I think he deserves to say. If he's out there saying crazy shit, causing division and hatred, then yeah, we can evaluate it and we'll see if we do business together or not. But I can't see one thing he said or done that, other than a difference of opinion you may have, is wrong. There is no right and there is no wrong when you have an opinion. It's your opinion. It's like You can't judge somebody on the music they like. You like what you like. You don't like what you don't like. And I'm begging somebody to take the time and this into context to show me what he did to you, and then I'll judge him. But only God judges. I'm not God. Neither are you.
In the meantime, people are going to watch him get his ass kicked if they hate him. So they're going to join to watch that.
That's money too, right?
Exactly.
Oh, I have a bad guy that you want to see get beat up? Gee, what a bad business decision. Oh, you want to pay money to watch this guy get his ass whipped?
Please do.
And I have a 6'8" guy that can throw him to the moon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Please give him Adam. Mike Knox in the ER, bro. We hope you're feeling better. I don't know what's wrong with you. I'll text you after the
Mike,
show. But thank you for listening to the show. We appreciate it. Get better, dude. Vince, keep going. You got more for Mr. We asked for 20. You gave us 50.
Oh, shit. Really?
Yeah.
I get a big picture question if it's okay.
Go for it. Go for it, Mike.
I mean, we all know that Control Your Narrative is going to be a big promotion. It's going to take off. We already see people from all over asking for it. My next or your next phase is how you're going to fit into the big landscape amongst the other big promotions. You're going to move right in and be able to, you know, maybe even work with other promotions around the world, maybe even AAA, maybe some other promotions within the US and others. Ring of Honor is going to take some shape. How do you see Control Your Narrative in the overall landscape within America?
That's a great question. And like Mike, you mentioned you're a promotion. Are we a promotion?
Potentially through an involvement as an involvement process, not right off the bat.
Movement.
But we're thinking big picture. You know, I know you have a 5-year, 10-year plan. So as you're going further out.
Well, I'm the Joker. I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow. So we'll see. But big picture, that's a great question because this is not corporately funded. Just because we have a television deal, we are not rolling in Ted Turner money or anything like that. There's no
It's an evolution. It's an evolution.
But there's no backing of this short of the effort that the people that contribute put in and what we've built based on the brand, so to speak, at this point. There is nothing. There's like, I don't know, a couple $100 in the bank account. Like, we're building this based on this an idea and a movement. So to go against big dogs like that, you can't beat them at their own game. It's guerrilla warfare.
You don't have to. I mean, you don't have to. You can still build even in different regions where you can take over and maybe talent exchange with others. You're going to be able to draw a lot of attention with the talent that you're putting forward.
A ton of attention, but we don't need to do what they do to compete with them, because if you love traditional ring announcing and commentary and stupid jokey segments and 3-minute matches, you know what? You can get that somewhere. If you are so entwined for the traditional concept of pro wrestling on television, you can get that 4 or 5 places. If you need to have a champion, you need to have tag team champions, you need to have women's tag team champions, you need to have the women's light heavyweight champ. There are promotions that provide all that. The trick is to become something unique and different and
an alternative. And you are, and that's the point. It's not just me. It's not just us. Everybody is craving the alternative. They're tired of being force-fed. They want to see a promotion rise from this, and you're on to it.
Yeah.
There's going to be a next phase, and you're going to fit within that landscape at some point. It doesn't have to be at the highest, but at some point in time, the talent is going to be going back and forth through the promotions, just like the old days of the territories, actually.
You love the term promotion, but I don't even see the word promotion in the future. I see an experience, you know what I mean? And you think of like great victories in war. How did the United States, this upstart, defeat the greatest empire the world has ever known, you know? Because they believed. Because they believed in what they were fighting for. And I think that's the most important thing. And that's something, hopefully, by putting myself out there for the people that work within what we're doing, the belief that we're doing something bigger than ourselves. And there are no guaranteed checks yet. There are no, long-term deals. There are no, we'll cover your hotel, like there's no travel agent. There's no infrastructure whatsoever. All we have is an idea that became a movement, and a movement that these men and women are believing in because it gives them the opportunity to fulfill themselves by creating and performing the way they see fit. So that's the competition. That's how you compete with the other promotions. If they're going left, we're going right. If they're going up, we're going down. If they're going west, we're going east.
Let me
like Ulysses S. Grant.
Two things here. First thing is, I know you said you're single. Julie Cutler. I finally found a girl that could potentially be a connection here. She's running
Brunette.
from Massachusetts. Right? You know who this beautiful. So she's a part of our team here. So that the brain went off there. I said connect this, but she's asking right now. Can you give us some super secret insider information about your, and that word again, promotion? Give us something. Give us something juicy, man.
Experience.
Come on. We want to be on the news tomorrow talking about. I can't believe he said that on the show. What? Give us something.
Yeah, like because I've been going through it all. Like nothing shocks me of what I have in my head, but there's like so many things hinge on this piece dropping to this piece that like I don't want to say and jinx something that I don't have delivered in your hands yet, even if I have it on paper, even if I have agreements to see it, but it's a surprise. I can't Julie's, she seems very, is she an Aries by chance? And the one thing I have a problem with Julie is she said PLZ. Like, why you got to abbreviate, please? It's PLEAZE.
She's cool like that. That's how she rolls. She's one of them people.
But I mean, if I can open up the forum and you can ask a question, I can probably honestly, truthfully answer it. I mean, like, what big matches you got planned? 1 million. We got Nick Gage versus Adam Scherr. Has it happened yet? No, but that would be cool as shit. I have a lot of ideas. What do you want to know? Then maybe
it's a bro.
That's funny. This question by Mr. Doc, and we're gonna get out of here in like 5 minutes. So I know it's past your bedtime and you took your sleepy time. You might fall asleep while you're talking to us, and that could be hilarious.
Dreaming of Julie.
Who can you confirm as of today, 223 is part of CYN?
The Titan Adam Scherr, aka the formerly known as Braun Strowman, killed his monster, and now he's leading a charge. Like, we unleashed him for a reason to rise above. Like, that's a guy whose name value and brand outside of the WWE can carry us forward and get us to the right places. Plus, he believes. Absolutely. And that's what's most important. He believes so much, he turned down a lot to be able to do this and he knows what it could be, and he's fighting for what it could be, and that is very intriguing. Killer Cross is involved. He'll be at 331. That'll be his narrative debut. Would I love nothing more than to be able to secure him and his wife, the financial future of their dreams, and have him solely to myself? Yes, but we're not in that world yet. Who else is in there? I'm having special guests from each and every promotion.
I got to clap for Scarlett. I got to clap for Scarlett on that one. We all know all about her.
He's a sweetheart.
We know all about her.
We have stars from each and every promotion that will come by. Who can I confirm? I'm going to put a lot of focus on Josh Woods. He really caught my eye in Ring of Honor. He's a young upstart. I'm excited for what he can become, and I think I know I can bring him to the next level just by, hopefully paying it forward to him. Same thing with Austin Aries. I am so excited to see this man be able to tell his story because I'm interested in the reaction. It's like watching culture. It's a science experiment, really. It's like seeing how people interact with this news. That shit intrigues me because it's unique. It's different. You can't be afraid. Let's see. What else? The Righteous, I will have. I have Bill Carr. I have Bateman. I'm going to bring in Vincent, too. Vincent's such a unique character. I can't wait to see what he does freely without any sort of wrestling thing corrupting him. Because wrestling minds tend to think only of wrestling. Well, a guy like that, he's Wyndham-esque. Like, he is deep thinker with insane ideas. He needs a platform to be able to show it. Another guy, bringing in Flip Gordon from before 2020.
Oh yeah.
Love him. Yeah.
He has amnesia. I want to bring in, we talked about him Sunday, I want to bring in Johnny Curtis, a.k.a. Fandango, but I want to call him who I really see him as, the Violator. What's the Violator? Wait till you find out. It's crazy. Who else? Hold on, I'm going through the cards in my head.
What about a Dane?
Honestly.
Yes.
Oh, yes. I know that's one thing. At 3-5, I don't want to do a disservice to the women by just throwing a random match out there because I'm not going to lie, my heart and my soul is in Marina Shafir becoming the face, not of women's wrestling in the narrative, but of the narrative. And we have her for 331.
We know exactly who she is.
Yeah, she is a bad ass.
yeah.
And like, it would be a disservice to put anybody out there, just to put them out there until they can tell their stories. And for women, like, there's a lot I want to use, but I want them to approach telling their story as opposed to a lot are talking just normal wrestling stuff. And I'm like, that's cool. We can do that anywhere, but like, who are you really? And to break free of what you think you have to do and say, who are you for real? That's what's going to intrigue me greatly. Lady wise, I don't know who else. Hold on.
The door's open, right? You can always knock.
I'm building. There's this dude, Fodder. You don't know who he is. He was in the narrative. This is some guy who hit me up on Instagram. We were trading. He worked for a supplement company. I was inquiring if its ingredients would meet my drug test standards, and they did. And then next thing you know, he's like, hey, man, I'm a fan. I never want to tell you that. But, I started training wrestling. And this dude works his ass off. And he's jacked. And he looks like a killer. And, so I started helping him out. And then months go by. I'm going to do the narrative, the original one, where I'm going to film my own match. I'm like, I need somebody that looks like they belong in a fight. And then his picture showed up again. I'm like, holy shit, I want to punch that guy in the face. We've been tight ever since. I'm like a brother to him now. And we're going to make him into a star. He's bringing some kids from South Carolina that came to one of my seminars. There's one I have such high hopes for. His name's Taylor X. Giving him a platform and an ability to show his wares. Hold on. We still got Jake Logan, some indie guy from Florida that followed me around. Kept knocking on my door, pestering me, annoying me, bothering me. I respect the shit out of that. I don't know if he has what it takes yet. I do not know. And I'll say that to him straight to his face. I don't know if I believe you are who you say you are, but I'm going to give you the chance to find out. And if he fails, he fails. At least he failed trying. But if he succeeds, then there's a feather in my cap because I paid it forward and made somebody else. Who else? Pero. We have Pero. Big, burly, beating bastard of a man. Big bear. Do you know anything about Pero?
No, I haven't heard that name.
Okay, check him out. But he's openly gay. Cool. But nobody's ever portraying an openly gay man as a badass. This dude is a badass. And that doesn't matter who he loves. What matters is what he does in the ring. And I just want him to destroy people, rip their limbs off, beat them over the head with them. I want a bear, like a real bear, on his hind legs. Oh,
love it.
Damian Mackerel, former Killian Dane.
Oh yeah,
that card alone is enough for someone.
Right.
I mean, if you're not paying $27 to come to the show, you're a loser. I mean,
Eric, the former Eric Rowan, Redbeard, a brother to Adam Sharon away, his old family. That's a guy that can physically match up with an Adam. That's a guy who you may not know how intricate and talented he really is because you only know his perception from a corporate wrestling perspective. He never got to be who he truly is. Guy's amazing. Wait till you see what he can do, unimpeded. Who else? I mean, where else?
So I have
that's a big one.
A big
one more. Weston Blake.
Oh yeah.
Easily top 5 in-ring wrestlers alive today. Name anybody, and I guarantee he is in the top 5 of what he does in a ring from the perspective of someone that's been in a ring with him. Maybe not all the flashy. First off, I'm eliminate. Yeah, get this for a clip. In the narrative, there will be no super kicks. There will be no Canadian destroyers, and there sure as hell will be no tope suicidas. Okay, there's your buzz clip.
Hell yeah, no super kicks. That's all I need to hear.
Weston Blake, I wrestled him, and I'm like, how everyone should know how good you are. And that dude was promised a job for life by WWE just because how he can make other people look. And look what happened to that. You're promised something based on your skill, but you're only going to be this. Okay, at least I can support my family. Nope, never mind. We're taking that away. Unleash this man. Let him out because he is better than what you had him as. That's it.
Dan, one more question, and we're going to get this.
Can Can we expect to see
Man,
Wyndham Rotunda in Control Your Narrative?
Ooh, oh, that would be huge.
I'll be 100%. I would love for him to call me back, but he's not talking to anybody. He's playing it so well and off the grid, he won't even talk to his friends. So can we expect it? I can't guarantee that. Can you expect me to try? 100%. Can you expect me and Adam to leave little bait along this path? Come take a bite. Come take a bite. Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Man,
You can't expect it, but expect the unexpected.
goosebumps thinking
That'd be
about
great.
it. I love it. EC3, where can they be? We'll say it one more time. Where can they be a part of the Control Your Narrative action?
Here we go. ControlYourNarrative.co, not .com. I can't afford the Mnet. ControlYourNarrative.co. Get tickets for 3510 Roof, Orlando, Florida, 331 Dallas, Texas, Southside Music Hall at Gillies. Huge main event. When it falls into place, hopefully next week, I'm just going to announce it. It's going to be, probably sell the building out based on that alone. What else? Join.free, EC3.com for the training and nutrition app. Use promo code AWAKE, you get 100% off. I'm going to have Vincent lose 20 pounds and I can feel great. I can't wait. What else, man? Come.
Where can they find you on social media?
At The Real EC3 and at Control Your Narrative on Instagram and TikTok. But I'm not the TikTok. My man Niko is. Follow
I already
him.
know that. I already put the word out for people. We got to get to 1,000 followers by March 5th so we can go live. You guys are asking about the stream. We hit 1,000 followers on TikTok. We'll go live and we'll stream the show.
Yeah. All right.
That's the deal for that. And we'll have that. So thank you so much, EC3, for joining us. We really appreciate it. We love our friendship that we have created here, and we're really looking forward to the future of being a part of Control Your Narrative. I'm super excited. I know Vinny and Dan and Cool Mike C are really excited to be a part of Control Your Narrative. And March 5th, man, it's fucking on, dude.
It's the start. It's Bunker Hill. Don't shoot
It's
till
gonna
you
be
see the
so
whites
great.
of their eyes. All right, boys.
Thanks, man. Everyone, thank you so much for
EC.
joining us. EC3, always a pleasure. We will be in touch. Everyone, have a great night. Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you March 5th in Orlando and March 31st in Dallas.
From those who consider themselves essential
Essential. Decide that fall